A critical German court ruling, a Dutch election that could boost anti-bailout parties, and new European banking rules. So a day of risk event. More on those stories in a moment. Other news Reuters is following. Facebook chief Mark Zuckerberg has been speaking for the first time since the company's IPO. The social network founder admitted to disappointment over the share performance and asked investors for patience. He says mobile technology is now the area to watch.
A lot of the development, the energy in the ecosystem is not going towards building desktop stuff anymore. It's going towards building mobile stuff. We're able to integrate, and we're helping a lot of folks build great mobile experiences. We just think that that's the future. We're going to be doing killer stuff there, and so is everyone else. So we want to help them do that.
Zuckerberg ruled out a Facebook phone, which makes tonight's event in California all the more relevant to his company's future. Apple is expected to launch the latest version of its iPhone. Closer integration of Facebook into the phone among the expected changes. A bigger screen likely to be the main change to the hardware. Right, let's talk about all of this. Louise Cooper, BGC, joins us. What do you, Louise? Let's start with Apple. What do you make of this report that this could add 0.25% to 0.5% to US GDP?
Yeah, JP Morgan has crunched the numbers, and the huge sales of the Apple iPhone and its other products as well, the iPad, have made a huge effect, and they estimate it could be as much as 0.5% to GDP. Compare and contrast the excitement surrounding Apple's iPhone launch today with Nokia's Lumia launch last week, where during the presentation of this phone that was supposed to save Nokia, the share price fell 18%.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure with Apple it's probably going to be the opposite, although the stock already has been amazing.
Well, let's talk about the stock. What do you make of it at these levels?
Well, the stock's up about 90% year to date. Oh, sorry, about 80% year to date, which is just like in the last year, it's up 80%, which is extraordinary. It's now on a 15 times PE and a 1.6% yield. It had been at a much, much lower PE, because essentially there's a lot of question marks about the sustainability of the earnings before competitors really encroach onto this iPhone, iPad space. And they will do at some stage, because Apple is making such huge numbers, huge profits out of it. So the question mark for Apple is the sustainability of the E.
All right, let's look at this event risk I was talking about. German court ruling, Dutch election, banking union. Just very quickly run us through each of these.
Banking union will be an important step. They want it in place by 2014, and they want the outlines agreed by national governments by the end of this year. That is a very tall order, given that banks operate such an important role in a nation's economy. The European Banking Authority tried telling France they have to close down one of their favoured banks. That will be interesting. Yep. The Dutch elections. The view now is that the coalition formed may not be as Eurosceptic as had been feared. With Dutch politics, it's always coalitions, and therefore lots of compromises have to be made. So maybe that fear of the rise of the Eurosceptic might be unfounded. And in terms of the German court decision, pretty much nobody is expecting them to vote against the formation of the European Stability Mechanism and the Fiscal Compact. Yeah. However, it's all a question of the conditions they impose. And if they can impose conditions that make both those things even more cumbersome, then the ability to sort out Europe's mess becomes even more difficult. It's the age-old problems of political democracies that we have here in Europe.
All right, Louise, thanks a lot. Louise Cooper. Chinese leaders present and future in the spotlight. Let's get to Tara and Hong Kong. Tara, how is that rumour mill today?
Well, Axel, have you seen Xi Jinping in the streets of London? Because nobody seems to know where he is over here.
What is the I mean, obviously there's a lot the world media talking about this, but what is the Chinese media saying about this? Are they mentioning it at all?
Well, the official media, nothing. And the official statement is, stop asking us about this. But the internet has gone wild, and there's all sorts of bizarre rumors going around. It's getting more bizarre. Strokes, missing in action, assassination attempt. Of course, these are just rumors. The bottom line is nobody knows where Xi Jinping is and when he's coming back into the public spotlight. Meanwhile, on the other side, we've got Premier Wen Jiabao, who's at the summer Davos in Tianjin right now. He's speaking about how the economy is going to be hitting its targets this year. Everything looks fine. Meanwhile, nobody knows where Xi is. I'll have to look around Hong Kong as well.
Yeah. A corporate story, Prada and Burberry and some of the other luxury goods brands. weak Chinese sales really hitting them. I think Burberry was off about 20% yesterday.
That's right. Prada, which was listed here because the luxury sales boom in Hong Kong has been so intense. $25 billion a year in luxury goods sales for China. Prada shares down about 4% today. Some people starting to worry the wheels are coming off the wagon of the luxury goods market after that Burberry warning. And for Hong Kong, this could be really worrying. This city has been taken over by luxury goods stores, and this is the region where it's all happening. So people are going to be watching results very closely and seeing whether it's really going to start to unfold. Could be. The economy's starting to hurt.
Yeah. Tara, thanks a lot. Top world news stories on Reuters this morning. U.S. missions in Egypt and Libya have come under attack from Muslims angered by a movie that they say insults the Prophet Muhammad. The State Department says one diplomat was killed in an attack on the consulate in Benghazi. Meanwhile, U.S. relations with Israel feeling fresh strains. The White House says Barack Obama will not meet Prime Minister Netanyahu when he visits the U.S. later this month. The move comes as the two countries argue over what to do about Iran's nuclear program, but officials insist no snub is intended. The White House says the two were never due to meet on this occasion. That's it. I'll leave you with our pick of the day. Junkyard of failed dreams. Confiscated luxury cars sitting in an Athens warehouse awaiting auction. Of course, after Big Wednesday today, focus will no doubt turn once again to the plight of the Greeks and the Greek economy. I'm Axel Threlfall. This is Reuters.